Yeah, and then so here, okay, on US30, what I'm seeing on US30, we are consolidating, and then the reason why we're consolidating on US30, number one, is because price managed to fill up all the imbalances that we had, and then because boy, so look at it, here and here we're imbalanced, ne? This gap, price pushed up, filled it, started dropping, and then because this way we look at our true support and resistance, and then price came back, pushed down, and has been pushing down ever since, and then from here, and here, we had buy pressure. There was too much stock here, so price had to come back, fill it up, and then push up again. So this was a good place to buy. This is a good place, and
Yeah.
but now here, the reason why this here we are consolidating is because there's no place for price to move and feel something else. Because if there was imbalance here, the consolidation there, I would be assured with okay, music breaker, you feel a lapha phezulu. You get? But now there's nothing to push because you're having a channel obviously here, yabon. Like you have a channel here, but there's nothing to push the channel le uye phezulu. Apart from assuming hurry, this thing is gonna move up, which is not good assuming, yabon. But what I'm confident in is good because you're also having resistance here, and here. Resistance, first touch, second touch, third touch, fourth touch, fifth. Resistance number 5, ne? What I'm assuming is that okay, number 1, this thing is to drop. Not to fill up the imbalance that we're actually having here, because it did fill it up, ne? But to fill up the one that we're actually having over here, because you had imbalance over here. You get to fill it up, the one that we're having over here. So I'm assuming that you will state, ne? Even if I can take my Fibonacci, it will make sense. If I take my Fibonacci from La all the way until up here, I'm very much assured, Huri, it will give me my level, my 0.79 or 70 level to be here. Huri, price is to drop all the way until here to fill up this place. Once it drops, it will create another imbalance with shear lapaya, so that price is able to push up because it's basic supply and demand. That one. So that's what I'm looking at, Huri. It's basic supply and demand. What I'm first assuming is this: if this happens. I'm assuming this. Let's go towards the daily. Okay, what's going on? Let's give it time to load.
You on the weekly, going on the daily?
Yeah, on the weekly.
Oh.
Okay, on the weekly chart now. Just give it some time. Hold on, just give it some time for it to load because I think TradingView is still loading.
You cut? Okay.
No, it's fine. Yeah, man. Just gotta understand these things. Because what moves the market is supply and demand. You know. What moves the market is supply and demand, so we have to know where supply and demand levels are. You get so okay. As I said, that okay, let me remove everything. I'll redraw everything again. I'll clear everything back. If I have to take this from here, and then I insert my 0.70 level, 0.79. I want 0.79 level. There's a possibility that it will give me around here, but this is 0.79. But if I insert 0.70, which is like a good discount price, you see, a good discount price is giving me back my imbalance, or my imbalance is over here, and because we did not fill up this area, because like that's where supply and demand areas are. You get. So these are supply and demand areas that I'm seeing over here. Then okay, from here, right? Okay, let's say extend to the right. Let's extend and let's remove this. And then we're gonna look at the one that we recently just filled over here. And then we're gonna look at the one that we had over here. So you see, check. If you can look at the one that we had over here, and the supply and demand that we had over here, which is imbalance here, because we had too much stock that we sold, to a point whereby we didn't even give chance to buyers. So we oversold. So the people that bought, so the people that sold here, US30, or the market makers that sold, they couldn't sell anymore unless they had more buyers. So they needed buyers to come back, fill up this area of imbalance before price pushes down. You get? So price, eventually you have to follow the trend. We can't look at all areas and assume that because it's here, we're gonna push up. We're gonna look at all areas. We're gonna look at like where the trend is going. You get? Because we're in a downtrend. So what I saw, specifically, was this: that from this level that we had over here, right? Price came back. It filled the imbalance that we had between here and here, not this one, because it would make sense if I do this between here, 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 and here. That one. Price filled up the imbalance that we had between here and here. Then price came back, dropped all the way here. This became our true support. Once price dropped over here, this became our true support. You get? Because you're looking at it from supply and demand area. So this pushed up, and then we even had an imbalance between this level and that level over there, because price came back to retest this. So we could have looked at it from here all the way until the price came back to retest this. You get? So that's why I took it from here until here. You get? So this became our true support all the way here, where price shot up. So where price is now on US30 is strategic, because we have imbalance here. First pushed down, first pushed up, came back to retest the imbalance that we had. Because normal person may look at it as support and resistance, but this came back to retest the imbalance that we actually had over there, to retest this imbalance level. You get? So price from this level pushed down. So then price at the level where it's at right now, it is possible for it to where it's at to actually push up again, to go possibly retest maybe half of this, or maybe to go up, because that's why we're actually consolidating, because there are no other imbalance areas. You get? But from what I'm seeing is that, okay, where price is at now, because we are on the weekly chart, there's a chance that price can drop once the daily closes in 1 day and 9 hours closes, right? And then we drop, or gives us an engulfing candle. That will show me that, okay, on the weekly we're expecting US30 to do what? US30 to drop, to go and fill up this imbalance that we have over here, because we did not fill up that imbalance. Once we fill up this imbalance that we have over here, then from this level I can start looking for buys. But for US30, for now, I can assume that price is still going to drop. You get? So what we're going to do is we're going to go towards our daily chart, right? And then we're going to try to make sense out of this on the daily chart, because that was the weekly chart. So on the daily chart, if you can have a look at this on the daily chart, right? So price came back to this level, right? Okay, we did not quite go back all the way until there. We can look at this as support and resistance. That price rejected from this level over here and is still pushing down. You get? So now we also have an imbalance area over here on the daily. So these areas are very critical on the daily time frame. You get? And on the weekly time frame. So also have an imbalance area over here. This is why US30 is actually now, it actually went up. If you can look at this, it went up with a corrective nature. You get? This thing was correcting. It went up in a corrective nature as it was approaching our resistance zone. It went up in a corrective nature. As it went up in a corrective nature, what I saw is that, okay, number one, it's a corrective structure, which is a reversal. So where is the reversal going to end? Most of the time we assume that it is going to end 90% of where the pattern started, which is true. And then 90% of where the pattern started, right? What do we have on that? We have, number one, we have an engulfing candle, which is our what? Which is our other block that we are having over here, which price broke and then price pushed up, and then we have our imbalance area over here, right? So I'm going to mark the area that we're actually having as our, I'm going to use a different color for this. Let's use red. So if you can look at this, this is also our imbalance area. This is why US30 is dropping, and the way it went up using a channel. So we're going to show that on the 4 hour time frame. So on the 4 hour time frame, you can see this is actually a channel that you're having. For a lot of people, they'll say, okay, US30 broke out of a channel and we are pushing down. But the way it's also pushing down, it's pushing down correctively. You get? The way it's pushing down. It's not pushing down impulsively like this. It's pushing down correctively. So what I'm seeing that, okay, we need to go fill up the imbalance that we're actually having over here, right? So we're still looking for sells on US30, right? Before we can even start looking for buys. The reason why we can look at sells, if we're going to look at just pure price action technicals, right? We can say this. That, okay, we are seeing that we have a channel over here and price is to break the channel. But we don't want to make it too complicated, right? So what we'll do, we'll use our Fibonacci from here. We'll only put our 50 dotted line, and we'll make it blue, and we'll make it blue. So we are seeing that price has to drop towards 50% of this imbalance, right? Once price drops 50% of this imbalance, once we get here, this is where we're looking for buys. So now we need to look for sells, because we already know that sells, price is already selling. So now we need to look for areas where price can sell. Just now we go on the 1 hour for entries, or we go on the 30 minutes. So this is what we do, right? So we look for what price is currently doing, right? Price broke the structure over here. And what caused the structure to be broken, right? Okay, you can see maybe we had an order over there, right? Sure, that the order could be a reason, but apart from the order, we can look at what the imbalance that we're actually having over here, right? We can look at the imbalance that we're actually having over here, right? If that one is not enough, we can also look at the one that we're actually having over here. You get? And then, but I prefer to look at this one because here there are a lot of sellers that came in with high momentum. You get? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna just do this here. Then we're gonna look at it like this, and our stop loss will be there. So right now, what I'm expecting on USDT is simple, right? I want USDT to push up all the way until this area. Once we push up all the way until that area, I'll sell it, right? But now the question is, where's my take profit? My first take profit, you get. You can aim for your low, or you can use your Fibonacci retracement tool for your take profit, which is what I normally use, and I'll be aiming for that area over there. So this is what I'll be looking at. My stops will probably be here, just above there, my stop loss, and then I'll be looking at a 1:3. We can probably reduce that to a 1:4.11. So that's what I'm looking for on USD30 right now. If price manages to push up all the way until that point, then I'll start looking for sells. You get? Because I'm more convinced that price, if we break this, because we had our high, this is our low. You get? If we break this high, then I'm convinced that price is now pushing up. If we break and retest and we create a third leg, then price will be pushing up. But if that's not the case, from this level where price is at to that level, we will be selling it. So that was the theory, imbalance, and on what we're actually looking for, because the price moves in support and resistance, but mostly in supply and demand areas. Thank you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Tell your grandmother that we're on YouTube again, boy. Yesterday, what we were seeing on USD30, it's morning right now. I just woke up. So as I said yesterday, that we're looking for sales on USD30. We caught price straight from here, straight from the gap that we're actually seeing, and then price starting to drop. We have a little bit of a consolidation. You get? I'm expecting price to retrace, and then I'm also going to enter another entry. I entered 2 entries, but this is part 2 of the following day. This video will be fully released on YouTube on what will happen again, you get? But we're going to be holding this until take profit, you get? And tomorrow we're going to be somewhere. We got a special thing for you guys tomorrow. Make sure you like, you share, subscribe. Let's get it with Mr. Shire today.
Shire!
Final update on USD30 on what happened. I'm with my boy Mr. Trading Shire. First things first, God is good, and I want to honor Jesus. As you can see, what happened on USD30, exactly as we said yesterday, USD30 came. You know, we're not going to explain the whole depth of the strategy. If you guys want the strategy and how we actually trade, you're going to come and attend our events and everything that we're actually doing, you get. But as you can see, USD30 went and hit take profit as we had planned. As we have planned, USD30 went and hit take profit exactly. This was a 1:4 trade. So risk like $1,000 to make $4,000. Risk $10,000 to make $40,000. It was a 1:4 trade. USD30 consolidated. I remember our second entry was here. We'll probably show it on the screen. Our second entry was over here when the market retraced, and then we cut it, and then we started moving down with USD30. But that was USD30. This is the final update. Make sure you like, you share, you subscribe on YouTube. You tell your friends, your family, even your grandmother, the Day Trading Academy, the fun about God, the back on YouTube. You get? But this was the series, and yeah, glory to God. Signing out.
Shire.